Biafra, superstars, media.
A human being being sliced into two. Can you imagine such a thing? Biafra is going to emerge as a nation. You know, despite the support of Britain, Russia, Egypt, and some other friends of Nigeria, we all will surely come out as a nation because we are fighting a just cause. Even a little child on the street will tell you this. We shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency, Ekpa Simon Njoko. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rep. Diana. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, cabinet members, ministers of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Good evening, Biafra people in the United States and beyond. I welcome all of you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, who have seated in your various locations to listen how Biafrans are funding the liberation of Biafra from the United States. This evening, I have come once again in this town hall meeting to give update, like I have always promised Biafrans in the United States, that I will be coming here to give you update step by step, the progress we are making, the plan we are making, the next move. Most of these things are already on social media. But of course, sometimes it is always good to also give a brief explanation, clarification on many things that you see on social media. When we started the liberation of Biafra, what I promised Biafra people was that we are going to fight this particular freedom using a multi-dimensional approach. When we started in 2021, after the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a lot of people believed in what I was doing and what we were doing. And if you are part of those, congratulations to you. Today, the result of your belief, your resilience, can be felt all over the world. We also struggled to prove a point. It was difficult, even more difficult than it is today. But we conquered, we succeeded, and this is where we are. So, when we started, a lot of people do not understand what we were doing. The point is that you don't go into something without first building a foundation that will make it very strong. You don't build a house without first laying a foundation that will make the house to stand. So what we did from 2021 was to lay a foundation that was not there, a foundation that was not laid. It was Biafra agitation we're just agitating without more organized way and focus and vision. So what we did was to, first of all, analyze the situation, where they were getting it right, where they were getting it wrong. We analyzed the situation and design a model that will only work for Biafra people. And then we went to work. And the result is what you see today. So we started by making sure that under this particular leadership and the government in exile, no Biafra will be killed again. And the people who killed them will live to tell the story. We have been able to succeed in doing that. Today, Biafra people are very brave, fearless, they have conquered the fear, They have conquered everything Nigeria have done in the past to suppress and subjugate them. Everything that you have not done before in the Biafra struggle, you do it today. Very, very proud. So what did we do? We make sure that we gave it to Nigeria. Woto. Akonye Wetelo is exactly what we did. They have killed us, everybody knows. Before, many of us here, when we were not even part of the Biafra struggle, we see on the social media, we read in the news how they were butchering IPOB members, how they were killing Biafra agitators from Wazirike down to IPOB to BZM. All of them, if you agitate, you get killed. For those who are very lucky, they will end up in prison for 15 years, 20 years without trial. This has been what has been going on since 1999. Orji, the one called Orji that they invaded his camp, was in prison for, there are people who were in prison with him for almost 15 years. You know, when he came out, but other people were 15 years in prison. For what? Agitating for Biafra, for saying, I want to be free. And those who find themselves in prison are even lucky. Because there are many people that were abducted with them that got killed. So those who find themselves, you know, illegally being detained seems to be lucky. And this has been going on for years. For years. Nobody challenged Nigeria. It becomes a law to kill Biafrans at will. It becomes norms to kill Biafra as well. It becomes a law in Nigeria that when the people rise up to confront the terrorist security or the terrorist army or police, they get killed. The community pay the price. This has become the modus operandi of the terrorists in uniform. There is no rule of engagement. There is no law. There is no human right. There is no respect to life and dignity of our people. Every political leader in Nigeria today will rise up to tell you that, yes, Biafra people are being marginalized. Yo, Biafra people are getting killed. You don't treat them well. Every person have risen up to say, oh, if you don't want these people in Nigeria, let them go. But you know what? Those who are supposed to be saying these things are not saying it. Rather, the people who are not even Biafrans have summoned courage to tell Nigeria terrorist state that you are not treating Biafra people well. But those who you claim are representing you in Abuja, that we have given vote of no confidence, we always tell you how Nigeria is a rule of law, how they have a country that understands rule of law. The same people were in the National Assembly when Nigeria took loan from China and they sidelined the same Biafra people. Not even $1 was allocated to them from the Chinese loan. In addition to that, every slightest mistake, we pay the price in the northern Nigeria by the Islamists. Everything that happens, Biafra get killed, either by mob, by police, by army, or any other Nigeria security agent that is available at that time. We pay the price, both to the state actors and non-state actors. But under the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, that has become a history. And today, when they want to do it, they will think of the consequences. That is the greatest achievement, that today, Biafra people who are reasonable can stand their ground and proudly speak and beat their chest that, yes, Nigeria has confessed that indeed Jesus Christ is Lord. Biafra people, you can never take them for a ride again in Nigeria. And we are just starting, we have not even landed. So, like I promised that every 2 weeks, thereabout, I'll be giving you updates. I promise that we are going to, hire the international consultancy firm that will take up enough from Africa. We have done that. We'll file the application to the African Union. We are also doing a lot of things which will come out in the next few, either this coming week or the upper one, that will break the ground again. I promised you that now, when we started, they say, oh, what are you doing? Do you have lobby firm? Do you have lobbyists? Do you have, what is the diplomatic step you are taking? You cannot take diplomatic step when it is not the right time. You know, a lot of people don't understand how the freedom fighting works, especially in a complex country like Nigeria. What happens is that we have built the foundation, have a more organized government, and we have started the self-defense of Biafra, not only against the terrorist state, but making sure that nobody comes to Biafra land and kill and go free. And today, we are officially in conflict with Nigeria, or I would say, war, because the chief of staff, chief of army staff, actually said they are in asymmetric war. That is what is needed to be able to stand very strong and tall in the eye of the international community. So when you are going out there using diplomatic channel to speak and seek a redress to what has happened to Biafra people, you need to be speaking in a language that will wake up even the dead spirit. And what is that language? Language is that if you come to kill with arms, we are going to retaliate and defend ourselves, and we will first kill you. And that's exactly what is going on today in Nigeria. They are hiding it. We are posting it. We are exposing it, trying to create awareness for the world to know what is going on. So now that we have lobby firm and have lobbyists in Washington, D.C., all they need to do is that there is language we will be speaking, not this speech I'm making now. No. The world don't listen to this speech. They have killed us enough and nobody reacted. Not even one single person from Nigeria has been held responsible for the genocide against Biafra. Wike killed over 2,000 in Obibo. Today, he is the minister of FCT. Nobody has been arrested to face ICC. And it will never happen. But you know what? We have beginning to speak in a language, and that language is Woto language. When they come to do that atrocity, you face them. And what we have to do is to make sure we have more powerful, sophisticated weapon than them. That is the language the United Nations will listen to in the nearest future. In the few months' time, that language will go very, very loud. And by the time it will be going loud, we already have the lobbyists that will be presenting fact and figures. What is going on, why this is happening, and why it must be addressed. Without that, you will shout for Biafra for 100 years, nobody listen to you. They will you'll be killed, nobody will listen to it. It has happened. So, my people of Biafra, we are on the right track to our freedom. Like I said, we are not going to get our freedom like other people got their freedom, because we are different people, different country, different mentality, and different orientation. When I listen to people say, oh, do you see where they are? You have declared freedom from diaspora. I look at them and laugh. They will tell you, who you are conducting self-referendum. Have you seen any country that have done it before? I look at them and laugh. I don't need to do it because other people did it. I have come to understand that something that is going to work for Biafra people. That thing that worked for Mandela will never work for us. That thing that worked for Gandhi will never work for us. We need to put more salt, more pepper, and more fire. In combination of what Mandela, Gandhi, and every other person did, because Nigeria is a very complex country. Very complex with criminality and the kind of system that is like no other one. So you needed a very hard hammer to break Nigeria. And that hammer is what I'm using very well. So today, like I promised you last time, that the radio, the Voice of Biafra radio will be up and running today. I have come to announce to you in the United States that the Voice of Biafra is now live in the entire old Ebonyi state. Entire old Ebonyi. This one is not, you hear it in this village, and that village is not hearing it. No, the entire Ebonyi state is now covered. The entire state. even beyond to part of Benue, is now covered by the Biafra satellite radio, the Voice of Biafra. This week we are going to cover Isoko and the other part of the riverine side. We're going to cover at least 3 different locations this coming week. And by the time I come here next time, I'm going to give you the update of how the coverage of the radio. Remember that this is a technical thing that you can plan. Sometimes it doesn't go exactly the way you plan it. I have wanted to make sure that the last visit, this radio issue will be resolved. But because of the technicalities and technical issues, it was, a little bit, it lingered a little bit. So I'm just very happy to announce that those in in a former Ebonyi state can now listen to everything we are doing through the Voice of Biafra 97.5 FM, satellite radio and satellite TV. It is all live. The satellite TV is all live. So that's one. And then, of course, like you all know, now we have the lobbyists that will lobby for the Biafra Republic government in exile in Washington, D.C. And I have been able to present them to you today. The same thing is happening that our passport, the design of our passport, and of course, the application for the ID card, for Biafra national ID card is in process. And we are also planning that in the next few weeks, or maybe a month or so, the first batch of the Biafra national ID card will be public, and those who apply will start getting their ID card. This is the first step. We are also planning that before convention in Finland, the Biafra passport will be ready. The reason why it is very important for the passport to be ready is so that as soon as the declaration of Biafra, the declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra on December 2nd, many of the cabinet members and those who are very serious will have the privilege of having the Biafra passport. And this Biafra passport will be recognized by any country that recognizes Biafra. And we are looking forward to a few countries for a start. In addition to that, I want to tell you all that God is opening a very big door. I have been saying it, that those who refuse to fund this liberation of Biafra, the time is coming that we don't need you. And God is opening that door. And then we are going to wait for you somewhere where we will make sure that the law and policy of Biafra will deal with you decisively for deliberately refusing to support your own freedom that will create jobs, solve security issue, build road, hospital, social amenities, take care of our elderly people, and everything you are enjoying in America today, we want to see it happening in Biafra land. That's all we are fighting for, nothing else. We want to be those kind of people that will live among nations and be proud of where we come from. That's why we are fighting, nothing else. We want our children not to be killed, not to be enslaved like what we went through under Nigeria. We don't want our children to go through the same thing. That's why we are fighting. We don't want a country where something will happen and the military and police will go and kill entire village. No. And I'm telling you today that that particular attitude and actions and activity and the criminality of Nigeria state is stopping. Because when they come to do it, we are not moved. We have lived with it for many years. It did not start today. It did not start under this government. It has started even before the formation of the Biafra Republic government in exile, the killing of our people. All we do now is to stop them from killing us. And we have succeeded in stopping them. We are going to make sure that those who refuse to leave Biafra territory and are under Nigeria and illegally carrying arms in our land to kill our people, they will all be neutralized. We have given them ultimatum to withdraw. Every checkpoint, every military barrack must leave Biafra land. You know, I've been shouting it. The day it will start happening is not too far. I've shouted for many months now, and they thought we are joking. I want you to understand that there is nothing we do today that is against any law. There is no way any government will unleash its own military to kill their citizens, and you tell me that somebody is going to support that. No, it is only that many people don't know their right. That's why Nigeria have taken advantage of that to kill many people for many years. Thousands of people have been killed. Today, northern Nigeria, they are ravaging the villages. The terrorists are sacking and burning entire villages, and there is no military there because the military is already part of them. All they do now is to send their own legitimate or legitimize terrorists in uniform to Biafra land to do the job for them. But I thank Chukwuka Biama that the Biafra Liberation Army, the defense force of Biafra, have surprised them. They thought it is by Jesse, or Jesse Naba, or System Naba. Today, I am very, very proud of the Biafra Defense Force. I'm very proud of the Biafra resistance fighters. The way they are neutralizing these terrorists is something that we are going to write in the book. And our children will read about it. How they stood gallantly, defended our land, and neutralized criminals and terrorists who come to kill us. It will continue to go down in the history. So my people in the United States, remember that you are going to fund the liberation of Biafra. It is very, very important. They have acquired about 50 aircraft to fight. It is not to fight the bandits in the north, no. It is to fight us. Because the war is already public. But one thing is that we are not moved by the aircraft. They have got Tokuno. The Tucano aircraft have been deployed several times. Every day they come to Imo State and we repel them. We have been repelling. The Tucano did not deliver. Other fighter jet did not deliver. It is not this one that is going to deliver. We will shoot it down. I am promising you in the United States today that you see this aircraft that I have purchased, by the time they fly it in Biafra soil and on Biafra airspace, in order to bomb our people, believe me, we will shoot it down in next few weeks. Let it happen. That is my promise. Any day, they will be deploying that particular this new helicopter. Let them deploy it. We will make sure that the Biafra Liberation Army and resistance fighters, they are going to down. I have given that particular directive and order. Any day that aircraft fly on our airspace, everything must be done to bring it down. I think there the world will start talking. I welcome all of you. May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, my Prime Minister. Thank you, our Prime Minister. You've said it all. You have said it all. Fellow Biafrans, we've just heard from the submission of our Prime Minister. Our freedom is at hand. The days of carrying flags and begging for mercy, while the Nigerian Zoo military, they kill us at ease. You raise a flag and they shoot you down. Those days are gone. Fellow Biafrans, we are the ones that sent our Prime Minister on this assignment. We were the ones that made him an advocate for the people of Biafra. And we are the ones that delegated him on this assignment. So we must support the Prime Minister. We must make sure every day we are there with him. We must make sure we support the cabinet. We must make sure we are ready to obey the clarion call whenever that call is made. Because from the 2nd of December 2024, it will be the day that Biafra becomes a nation. And that will be the day that Nigeria ceases to operate in the land of Biafra. Because we have told the whole world, way back from the time of Ojukwu, this was the same issue that Ojukwu had with the man they called Jack. Yakubu Gowon, to be more precise. They had a discussion in Ghana. They came back as men. They discussed as men. They shook hands as men. And at the end of the meeting, they ate from the same plate as men. They had a mutual understanding. They had an agreement. And when our leader, Ikemba went back to the eastern region to implement what they agreed upon, the who is who in Nigeria, Britain stepped in and made sure Gowon overturned everything. Also, we were told that because of the fear that Gowon has for the caliphate, he was trembling when they told him he has sold the resources of Nigeria to Biafra. So we are saying never again. We have tried all the different, avenues to make sure we declare this freedom and regain our independence amicably. Like back in the days, they say, oh, you gained your independence in a platter of gold. As Britain used to say back then, that was the mantra of Britain. They claim they've given you independence in a platter of gold, which means you don't have to fight, you don't have to shed blood to regain your freedom. But when it comes to the affairs of we the Biafrans, we came out with placards, we came out with flags, Biafran flags. And the Nigerian government, they sent their military to the land of Biafra to decimate a people, a peaceful people having a peaceful marching, a peaceful gathering. Even when we went to pray, they sent their military to come and create a stampede. And in the process, they shut us down like dogs. We are saying never again. Those days are gone. The days of playing to the gallery. The days of assuming that when you cry live on TV, live on air, then somehow they will show empathy towards you. Through Simon Ekpa, we now know who we are dealing with. We now know the caliphate. They only understand the language that they understand. And that language is war. Because they know we are not the same people. They know there is nothing mutual of us. They know Britain told them they were born to rule a contraption, not a country or a nation. Which is why they show no sympathy or empathy. They send down their military to take out the lives and souls of innocent people. So, fellow Biafrans, we've just heard from the submission from our Prime Minister, Obatobi Agune Chamber, His Excellency, Mazi EKPA'S Simon Njoku. And we are saying we must support. We must support the movement. Because we are now in the 11th hour. 6 months to go. And before you know it, there will be a new song in the air. A new song of freedom. A new song of liberation of the people, the children, the land of Biafra. My fellow Biafrans, today, I just want to appreciate our Prime Minister. I want to appreciate that for the first time we are seeing the Ministry of Defense, or if you want to call them the Justice of Defense in America, the Department of Justice, they have to an extent acknowledged the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. It is now on black and white. They have made a pronouncement and they have signed everything into their office to say the Biafra Republic Government in Exile is now a welcomed entity, even in America. We all know wherever America goes, the world follows. When America sneezes, the whole world catches the cold. So I want to appreciate our Prime Minister for going that extra mile, taking those extra steps, making sure that in America, the Biafra Republic Government in Exile has now been recognized officially. It has been documented. And that means those naysayers who say, oh, what Simon Ekpa is doing is wrong, I hope you've gotten the memo. My fellow Biafrans, we are yearning for freedom. The days of staying in the Western world, building the empire of the white man, while our own land is in ruin, while all the resources from the land of Biafra is being stolen by the enemies, by those who claim to be our neighbors, we say those days are gone. From the 2nd of December 2024, Lord have mercy, after the redeclaration of Biafra, we the Biafrans will be ready to start looking towards the land. We shall keep our eyes, our focus on the rising sun, because we know that our freedom is the only thing that can guarantee that the land of Biafra will be safe. The days of dilly-dallying, the days of shilly-shallying, the days of going to your politicians, begging them, getting bribed by them, those days are gone. The days of selling out your leaders, some of you who sold out Mazen Namdekano, I hope now you are regretting your actions. Because they told you, I believe they told you, we will just hold him for a while and keep things down, allow things to settle down. He's been held for 3 years now. 3 years and counting. This month of June made it 3 years. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, was kidnapped from Kenya. A Biafran man on holiday in Kenya. A Biafran man with a British passport that went on holiday in Kenya. And this same Nigerian government, they went to Kenya to kidnap a British citizen, a black British, for crying out loud. Yet Britain, they have kept a close eyes. They have pretended like they don't know what is happening about their citizen called Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That's why I'm saying that this fight we are fighting is spiritual. And when I say in the hands of Simon Ekpa, this thing called Biafra is coming. In the hand of Simon Ekpa, this thing called Biafra will be safe. And in the hands of Simon Ekpa, when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra must rejoice. Let us rejoice. Let us rejoice, because from the 2nd of December, our freedom will be at hand. From me, from here, for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you. Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's wild Flora show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.